What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel, and hey, as always, happy Friday. We're here today for another episode of the Inner Sea region, a 5-minute tour. Over the last couple weeks, we've been talking about Nex, Geb, and the war betwixt them. And today we'll be talking about the unfortunate side effect of having two very powerful spellcasters decide they want to kill each other. Of course, I refer to the mana wastes. If there's a region you'd like to hear about next, tell me about it in the comments below, and we'll get right to it. Before we get to the mana wastes, though, real quick, this episode of the Inner Sea region, a 5-minute tour, was brought to you in part by Joseph Harvilla, or the reason I'm recording this video at 1:10 in the morning, because when I'm normally recording these on Thursdays, he and I will be at Sabaton, so that's super sweet. Regardless, thank you for your time, thank you for your friendship. Now let's get to it. The mana wastes are the devastated strip of land that lies between the once warring nations of Nex and Geb. Its major political entity, the Grand Duchy of Alkenstar, is technically a fiefdom of Nex, but in practice the region maintains strict neutrality between its two powerful neighbors. The war between Nex and Geb turned once green fields into a wasteland, but it also altered how magic works in the region. The devastation created areas devoid of magic, pockets where magic simply doesn't work at all. In other areas, the laws of reality themselves have been damaged, and magic becomes dangerously wild and unpredictable. This is known as Primal Magic, and it sometimes lashes the land with spontaneous waves of raw magical energy. These areas are not stable, often alternating between states of dead magic, primal magic, and normal magic, although the primal magic state is the most common. To make matters worse, another byproduct of the war is that numerous tough and deadly monsters now roam freely in the mana wastes. As you can imagine, zones of dead magic and dangerous inhabitants meant that the mana wastes were avoided by all sensible creatures and remained largely unexplored for centuries. In 4588 AR, a wanted criminal named Alkenstar fled from Nex into the mana wastes. Alkenstar made his way to the ruins of Dongan Hold and over time established the nation of Alkenstar, out of others also seeking sanctuary in the mana wastes. He also contacted the Hold's dwarves, and the new nation soon adopted the dwarves' greatest invention, that's right, the firearm. The region has usually been at peace with its neighbors, but the forces of the Gorilla King have made regular raids from the nearby Mwangi Expanse. If you'd like to learn more about the Mwangi Expanse, you can follow the link right here. The most notorious of these raids took place in 4690 AR, when the raiders were able to escape with an experimental bombard. Combine that with the bombard that they stole from the army of exploration that journeyed into the Mwangi Expanse, and yeah, that means the intelligent apes that want to sacrifice everyone and forcibly reincarnate them as apes have cannons. Should be fun. The Grand Duchy of Alkenstar is ruled by Grand Duchess Trieta Risia. The Grand Duchess herself maintains a policy of strict neutrality between Nex and Geb. The Grand Duchy's location within a dead magic zone allows it to act as a safe meeting place for rival factions. The growing importance of firearms means the Grand Duchy's influence is increasing, however, and it could soon become a major force in the region in its own right. Like all the places we've talked about in the Inner Sea, the Mana Wastes has a real-world equivalent, this time a little less a place in history. Essentially, we're just looking at what happens when a bunch of spellcasters throw a bunch of magic at each other. Plenty of fantasy books talk about the blighted lands, the blasted lands, places where life refuses to grow and magic is all super weird. For Pathfinder, we have the mana wastes. Of course, the mana wastes have angry goblins who've stolen guns, ettins, barghests, elementals, mutants even, if you want to go that route, running all over the place, and that's pretty commonplace for the lands where nothing grows in our fantasy tropes. Should be a whole lot of fun. Make sure you pack your potions. So I've never actually adventured in the Mana Wastes. Have you guys gone there before? Have you sent a party there? And I guess the most important question of all, how does your GM feel about firearms in Pathfinder? Too overpowered? Not powerful enough? Perfectly reasonable? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll keep the conversation going. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. The next episode of the Inner Sea region, a 5-minute tour, where barring combo breakers that take us to Aveston, we'll be officially rounding out Garund, talking about the Shackles, drops next Friday.